Can we get applause, please? Come on, brothers and sisters. When I first got called to come here today to do this, it was very humbling. Because as you know, I'm an activist right now for another case in Patterson. How many of you know about Jamaica already, that whole case, whole situation? I'm the guy right now that's pushing back against the system. Because we have a very corrupt system in this city. I know you often hear people come in front of you and give you the black on black talk. But the reality is we have a system in place in Patterson that doesn't favor us as black people. Just got to call it out. They want to make you feel like you're the cause of what's all happening to you. But locally there is a system in place that is pushing these types of things into our communities. They push the drugs into our communities, they push the guns into our communities. Then, when folks in our community get killed, they blame us instead of exposing what they're putting in our communities. Because the stuff that gets into our communities doesn't get here by us. Somebody plants that stuff in our communities. And they use that because it helps them to continue to get paychecks. Remember, every time there's a death, homicide gets paid, judges get paid, prosecutors get paid. It's a system of money. You know what they say, the love is the root of all evil. So what we have to do, now this is just an idea, we as a community have to start learning to pool our money together, pool our wealth. Now I know the biggest conversation has been the lack of community centers and the lack of places for our young people to go and play. But just if you think outside the box, if you go with me for a minute, let me give you just a simple explanation or an idea. What if we got 1,000 families, all who are families of victims of violence in our community? What if we got 1,000 families together, found a way to get each family to raise $500 to $1,000, and then build our own community center?
Yes, yes.
In the name of these folks that have died.
Yes.
What do you do that?
Yes, yes.
What do you think about that?
Yes.
We can't wait for the city to build a center for our kids. Because truth be told, they have no intention of doing it. Look how many years they've come to you and told you, oh, community centers are very important, we're working on that. The last 25 years they've been working on that. They have no intention of doing it. They can find $225,000 to pay aides for the city council members. But they don't have money to build a center. So what I propose is we build our own. We have to start working around these people. We can't let the government, whether it's nationally, whether it's state, or whether it's local, to control our destiny anymore. When we start pulling, if you look at other communities, the Jewish community, the Arab community, the Caucasian community, they don't wait around for the government to do anything. They pool their money together and they build their own houses, their own communities,
Yes, sir.
their own neighborhoods. There was a community in Florida. How many of you ever heard of Rosewood, Florida? Rosewood was a community that was built by black people. It was a whole city built and constructed by African Americans. The government wasn't feeling that, so they went in and tried to destroy that community and kill everybody they could there. What I'm getting at is we have to, together as a community, when we start pooling our money together, that's the only threat that the government sees is money. As a community, they don't care if we yell, they don't care if we scream, they don't care if we run down the street. None of that stuff bothers them. But when they see that we've opened up our own account and we have our own funding as a community, and we're building our own businesses, building our own rec centers for our kids, bringing in our own equipment for them to use, cleaning up our own street, doing stuff on our own. That's basically telling the government we don't need you anymore. We're going to take care of our own villages. Over the past few years, I think people are really beginning to wake up and realize that they don't care about us. They care about their own ambitions and how far they can get in whatever career they're looking to do. But our children came from us, not them. So it is our responsibility to build and to structure things in our community that will benefit our kids. Every other community out there is doing it. So it's time for us to do it. So I want to drop that little thought in your mind. Talk to your neighbors. Talk to your friends. Even the families that are here today. I'm sure you all are connected already. Let's get together and organize and find a way to create and generate our own money so that we can build our own things for our own people. That's what we gotta do. And we have to prove the narrative wrong. The narrative is, oh, black people can't get together without arguing. We gotta prove that wrong. Oh, black people are gonna cut each other off, and we gotta prove all of that wrong. We gotta prove all of that wrong. Now, I'm gonna say something that's not gonna be too popular, but you know me, I'm not a popular person. If you look at the hood before Barack Obama got there, you see how it was. He did 8 years and left. It's still the same. Because we were tricked into thinking that a black president was going to change our condition locally. Come on. That was never the idea. That was never the idea. I know we were excited about having a black president, but that had nothing to do with us locally. Chicago is still the same. Detroit is still the same. Philly is still the same. It changed nothing in that term because the people locally have to have a mindset to change it. These folks up in national office can't do nothing for us down here locally. Nothing. Most of them are stick figures. They say what's told to them on the teleprompter. They go wherever they're told to go. They can't do nothing for us locally. We are here on the ground in our communities. So we have to affect the change that we want to see here in our communities. It has to be boots on the ground. I'm telling you, I'm tired of losing our kids. I'm tired of losing. If we're not careful, we're going to lose a whole generation. We can't let that happen, and we sure can't wait for the government to help us out because they're not going to do it. It's too much money in killings and murders. It's too much money for them to make. They're not trying to do away with that. There's too much money in crime. Crime pays big. They allow stuff to go on, and they watch it until they figure they can get a big enough case. Then they will win, because that's where all the money is for them. If you've been reading the paper lately, you see there were 7 Patterson police officers that were brought up on a federal indictment for stealing money from people, making false arrests, stealing drugs, stealing guns, stealing money. They took those officers, okay, they took them away, they charged them, they did whatever. Where'd that money go? Where'd that drugs go? Where'd those guns go? I was taken back in the street again. If every time you open the newspaper, you see that the police officers seized a whole bunch of drugs and seized a whole bunch of guns, how come every day they're still seizing stuff? Because it's being regurgitated back out into the street. The same people that come before you and say no to drugs, they're pushing that stuff in our communities. Because there's a lot of money to be made. It's like what you call a vicious cycle. So what we have to do is look past the illusion and say, okay, we're not coming to you for help anymore. We are the leaders that we've been looking for. We are the builders that we've been looking for. We are the developers that we've been looking for. So what we have to do as a community is build our own places for our children to have, and you know what else? Build our own schools. Why can't we have a black-only school? You got white-only schools, you got girls' schools, boys' schools. They're not going to teach, if they're not treating us right, what makes you think they're going to teach us right?
Yes, yes.
These schools are teaching to a particular system. They don't teach children how to live their life. They teach them to a specific system. But if we can build our own schools and our own places so that we can teach our children their history, which, by the way, didn't start with slavery. That's another thing. In the school system, they want to teach our children that our history started with chains, getting off a boat. They don't want to talk about that we were kings and queens in Egypt. They don't want to talk about any of that, that we ran kingdoms and we had pharaohs. And you know, but the only one, you know what they want to do? They want to flip the script and make it look like it was a bad thing. So now they have you hating who you are and loving your oppressor. They're making you feel like you should not embrace your heritage and culture, but you should embrace the heritage and culture of the same person that has always wanted to use and enslave you for their purpose. So what we have to do is start learning to educate our children with the real information about who they are. Because a child, especially a black boy or a black girl, if they can see faces of powerful individuals throughout history, not just American history, but going back into the years of the Pharisees, if they can see black men and women walking around with gold crowns and scepters, it will change the image of what children see in themselves. But when you go into school buildings, what do? All they want to do is show pictures of people being chained to a boat. So people get that mentality that there's nothing else out here for us. We have to change it. So that's what we're looking for today. Changers. People that are willing to get down now, and I'm willing to help. If all the families in here can get together and say we're going to do this for ourselves, I'm willing to help. If we can get 100 people that are committed to getting this done, I can sit y'all down with somebody next week and start working on getting a facility. Next week, I can guarantee you, I can sit you in the room with the gentleman next week, and you can have that facility start to get it worked on. But we have to be ready to make that commitment. And what you can do when you get the facility in the hallway going into the main room, you can have the pictures of your loved ones right on the wall to let them know that that facility is being dedicated to them. Because with all the killings that have taken place in our community, you don't see too many dedications to our loved ones out there. This can be the opportunity to do that. So what I'm saying today, we got to move out of the phase that we're in and start preparing to take over our communities for our children. We want our kids to be able to grow up in a community. When we were kids, we didn't have to worry about a lot of stuff that's out here now. Over the years. We have an opportunity to change it. And I commit myself to you today. We get 100 people that are willing to do that. This week, we can start working on a plan to get a facility for our children that we own and that we create. I'm with it. All right? Yeah. Peace.